Hello, it's Ben and or Karen and Spencer.
Hello.
We're gonna do coverage, but we're gonna do it in the style of Chess 24. So we're gonna leave empty board up and talk about like video games. Because
I would love that.
right, because nobody cares
You know.
about the games. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna do good commentary.
You want to do some predictions here?
Prediction.
Right?
Caruana, Carlsen. Caruana's playing bad this tournament, so probably 0-1.
I would guess draw.
Esipenko, Rapport. I think the whole world will blow up.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, Rapport needs to win his next two games to fight for first.
All right.
He's half a point behind Magnus, but Magnus already won yesterday. Tomorrow.
Right.
If Magnus wins, he's clear first today. If he loses, he might come in second. It's possible.
Yeah.
I'll say, I don't know, Esipenko wins.
All right. That's a good pick. I'll say Rapport wins.
Okay, Vidit Mamajarov. Seems like an obvious draw.
Draw.
Giri Grandelius. That's 1-0 all the way.
For sure. 1-0 for sure.
Shanklin Karyakin, obviously draw.
Xenoid.
Yeah, do that. Duda Van Forest. I don't know. Duda's playing bad. I'll say Duda wins.
I'll say draw.
He's got to win one game this tournament. Okay, back to the beginning. Okay, so this is Fabi versus Magnus. Fabi just castled instead of doubling up on the bubble up. And then C3. So white wants to play D4 because I said so. Knight here because Magnus wants to take the pawn. Rook E1, castles, D4, D5. So now they had to stop the game because it's too exciting.
This is still theory, though.
Yeah. Then E5, and then
E4.
if it was connect 4, and then knight E4. And Fabi's thinking.
Right. So, this is a sort of a French structure where the light square bishop's not blocked for black, but the dark square bishop's on a worse diagonal than usual. So, that's about it for this, structure. Knight on E4 is pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah, Magnus came to fight today.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, Garov. Sorry. Garov. Was hard to read from back here.
Oh, yeah. He's back, though. Garov is back.
I knew it didn't sound right.
Yeah. Okay, so this game is more interesting than we thought it would be. We thought it would be a Berlin and so forth.
Yeah.
Probably after my tweets, Magnus realized he's got to play chess. That must be what it was. All right, let's go back to the game of the day. Let's see. After knight e4, Fabi played bishop e3. Solid.
Logical stuff, yeah.
Takes. Queen b6. Both players still in prep. And Fabi has about the same amount of time he started with.
Yep.
He played queen e2. That's one of the moves. That defends the bishop and defends the b pawn. He's got two defenses, one for each of you. And bishop d7 was played.
After some thought, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not too much thought, but still some thought.
So the engine likes white because
More space.
it's a dynamic position and white has more space in the center. And practically, though, black has a lot of tricks, so white has to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, the d-pawn's weak, and he's got a good knight on e4. f6 will break at some point. Doesn't look horrible for black.
No, looks like black
Normal,
has what he wants, but again, white is got the bind here and the grip.
Knight takes d4 doesn't work because knight will just take back.
Main reason doesn't work. It's not his turn.
But even if it was, knight would take back.
Yeah.
Protecting the bishop.
There's no threats. Also, boo. Unless this is a threat.
Could be a threat, huh?
Yeah. Looks good, right?
Yeah, agree.
Right. I like bishop a4 because then if knight takes, pawn takes, attacks the queen. So you can't play queen takes b5.
Oh.
So yeah, the engine wants... He didn't play bishop a4.
Wow.
That's probably cheating. I probably said it, and Fabi's like, "Oh boy."
All right, that's a good idea.
So I don't know. Yeah. Also, this is probably in Fabi's prep based on
100%.
Yeah, he would think like 45 minutes if he
Yeah,
didn't know.
an unusual move, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Dubov's doing pretty well for somebody who doesn't play a lot of games.
Bishop A4, and then Magnus played Rook A8.
He thought for forever.
Not the engine's top 3 moves.
So he's out of prep.
Yeah, the engine
Certainly.
here, which makes sense. Rook A D8, which defends the bishop. And Bishop G4. Those were the engine moves.
His move looks pretty logical, too,
His
though.
move's also okay.
Looks pretty good.
Now it's time for either Knight C3 or Rook D1. And after Rook D1, the engine wants to play F5, confusing the audience.
Rook D1 confuses the audience.
Well, you're defending this some more.
Yes. I've developed my knight, probably.
Yeah, Knight C3 looks like Knight
Banana chess.
C3. Yay.
Hey, PN Kwangan. Yeah, Dubov has COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird guys.
COVID. Weird COVID.
So white is slightly better.
Yeah.
I predict Caruana will blunder in the next 6 moves and lose.
6 moves? Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe the next 16 moves.
I mean, he won't lose then, but he'll have a losing position. Yeah. All right. He's not playing well this tournament. Terrible.
Doing all right. Yeah.
All right. Back to whoever these guys are.
He did play knight
Fabi
C3.
played Knight C3.
Developing his knight and threatening D5.
So black wants to defend his bishop. The engine says here, which stops Rook B1.
And then threaten the tricks
And
there.
try to do this.
Oh, I thought it'd be...
It'd be tricks too,
tactical
but
tricks.
that's the strategical... Yeah. So the engine actually wants Magnus to take and play here. That way Rook B1 doesn't attack his queen. The queen defends the bishop. And as Spencer said, there's a tactical trick here. In fact, I can't go here now because my queen's attacked after takes.
Right, like in that other variation.
Yeah. So queen d8 threatens probably knight e5, winning a pawn. And also, I can go here now.
Yeah?
So the engine says here attacking this pawn. Then it literally doesn't care.
Oh.
And then bishop f5.
Well, anyways, he could just play E6 instead of this, though, right?
You could, but this is good because you're threatening here and here. So the engine likes black.
And C4, E6 is good, yeah.
C4 is one of them. Yeah, E6, and it's giving this crazy.
Oh,
line.
I didn't see this. I thought it was just losing.
Queen D7, and then back because you got.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and then it prefers
Loses the C pawn,
black
yeah.
here.
Black's doing great.
Now, is this a Grunfeld or what?
Right.
Yeah. Then here, and we try to checkmate him, and then it says equal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it really likes Queen
it's a
D8.
good play.
Now Magnus, of course, has to start that off with takes, which knight takes is a threat. Yeah, and Magnus did everything we said.
Yep.
Magnus took on C3, played here, and now he's going to work on the C pawn. He's going to work on the C4 square. And this is about the time that Fabi would miss this, because I said in the next 6 moves he would blunder.
Yeah, but I don't
So if
think
he makes
will.
random legal... By the way, this isn't a blunder, because you're threatening here.
H3. There you go.
Yeah, let's see if that just loses a pawn for nothing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I would be
As
right about everything
expected.
I've ever said. Yeah.
Toro Mudo.
Hooray! The
Thank
more
you
you
for the
sub,
sub.
the more subs we have.
Yep.
Now, if I eat a vegan sub, is that junk food?
Right.
Yeah.
I think they mean like chips and some of those prepackaged. I mean, you eat some junk food, yeah.
The more you eat, the more food you've eaten.
Is that factually correct?
Tautology 101.
The first rule of Tautology Club is the first rule of Tautology Club.
That's correct. It's the Tautology Steel event. Or something.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the
Also
first
true.
time I told Karen about Tata Steel, she thought I was making a joke.
Mm-hmm. It does sound kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And she was mad at me, so she left. And as she left, she said, Tata.
I don't think he'll take the knight, no.
Oh, give me the knight.
This video may or may not end up on YouTube. Yes.
Well, it definitely will. Yay, the more shirts you order, the more money we have.
Yeah, plus your name has true in it. So, sounds right.
Also what? All right, so we have an exciting game in Caruana Carlsen.
All right, so this did happen.
So bishop b3, and he did play knight a5. All this
Yeah,
stuff
banged it out
realized-
quick, too.
Yeah.
He knew about it. Wow. Yeah.
Man, h3 is the number one move. I don't know about that. I'd be worried about
It's
that.
a Fabi kind of move. Well, rook c3 is not right, but actually it could be right. Rook c3, bishop d2, knight b3.
I wonder if I could... Well, I think after rook c3 he's going to take this.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah, and you
that'll
forgot about
happen.
Dre, too.
As well. So h3, you could just play e6. I like to play e6.
Yeah.
It seems like the right idea for black.
I don't know. He might want his bishop to go here. Keep the b file under control.
Nah.
Yeah. Here,
Nah.
knight d2, etc.
I do like knight d2, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Magnus has solved his issues with black. Back to the lock with you,
Agreed.
Messi. Okay, so as usual, Fabi played like a baby. Rook ac1. That's the baby move. Like, oh no, my pawn's attacked. I'm a baby. And now he could take this d5 pawn and not be a baby. By the way, I don't think black should ever play e6. I think that's a weakening move. It weakens the dark squares and it blocks the bishop. I'm not a fan of that move. Spencer likes it because it makes it more solid on d5, but I don't like it. Too weakening. In fact, the engine wants to go here now. That way the bishop has more options. Or bishop f5. Or we could get the two bishops, but we fix the pawn structure. Normally that's not something you want to do, is fix your opponent's pawn structure. This is a backward pawn. This is an isolated pawn. And this gets rid of both of them. The knight has a nice square on c4. So to me, this is silly. I don't think Magnus is going to do that. Probably he'll play one of the other two engine moves. Then black is fine here. Wow, I said Magnus wouldn't do something, and he did it.
Take on b3.
Yeah, he played this baby move, rook c1. And then he took that, which really, I mean...
Anti-positional move.
That's backward pawn. That's an isolated pawn, and he fixed the pawn structure.
And he got rid of this bishop that couldn't even move.
Yeah, he likes two bishops more than, anybody. Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that, honestly. I probably would want to take on b3. So queen a2 or what?
Queen a2 is a move. Yeah.
To play c4?
Yeah, but I mean, White's plan of opening, getting an advantage helps the bishops out. So I don't know.
Right. That's probably what Magnus thought. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to play
I'd
c4?
rather have White here because this bishop's not too good. And I have an idea of c4, and I don't know what your idea is.
f6?
Never play f6.
I mean, I got it eventually.
Yeah, but I take it. Then I don't know which way you take back.
I don't know. I don't really like to.
Yeah. No, I prefer White here.
I don't mind having black.
Not a fan of that. Yeah, black's okay.
Don't mind it.
All right.
Just use the one that was installed on my computer.
Okay, so Queen A2 as suggested by Spencer.
Yeah.
A5 as suggested by the engine.
Well, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, he wants to go here and, soften him up here.
Uh-huh. He's all about the white squares.
If only his rook was here and he had played rook fc8
Yep.
instead. Man, come on, Magnus.
He should just play rook fa8 now. In one move.
Here?
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Great move.
Knight here's the engine move because that defends the c4 square. And then,
Okay.
c4's coming, defends b3.
He could play a4 there, right?
Yes, and he could play here now.
But then a4 for sure.
Right, then rook b1, and the whole universe is destroyed.
Oh, yeah, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, the worst in chess subscribed.
Thank you for subbing there.
Is that like Mewtwo? Mew?
Mew is a Pokemon.
Yeah, but what about Mewtwo?
Also a Pokemon,
Yeah. Yeah, some other guy said Tor, Tor.
Never heard of it.
Right, I thought he was making it up. Yeah. All right, so white's slightly better. He could play c4, knight d2. Since it's Fabi, he'll play knight d2.
Yep.
Okay, so here after a5, he played queen a3.
Didn't
And
expect
he wants
that one.
to take this, and then rook e8. Then he's going to play bishop f8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right, he's keeping his white square bishop open, so if he could play some bishop f5 or bishop g4.
Yeah, and still he can play here or here, and it's I mean it's just equal.
Double-edged, though.
Yeah.
Double-edged here.
Now if he
Any
goes
result is
here,
possible.
then that's a blunder, mouse slip. All right, let's go back to this game. Nothing's happened.
Still rook e8.
Black has no problem.
No draw, yeah.
Just the draw. And
All right, so he played a move, huh?
he
C4.
played an explosive move.
That's what you like to see. Pawn break on the light squares here.
And one of the engine lines is take a4. And if you remember yesterday, when unless it was 2 days ago, I think it was yesterday when Fabiano beat Progdananta. That's how Fabi won.
Yep,
and
yep.
He pushed that a pawn.
So takes a4, d5, queen b3 maybe?
Takes a4, d5.
Queen b3, I was
Queen
guessing.
b3
Only
is
move.
correct.
Yeah. Every other move would be bad.
If bishop c5, which is the engine move, b5. And then both sides resign.
I love b5 though, because if you take it d5.
If you take it, are you ready?
Okay.
There, because you got to watch it here. You got to be careful.
I mean, I'd play rook b1, but then take on d5 hits the bishop. Yeah, that's the detail there. Because if you take on d5 first, right, that's not as good.
Right.
He could just take a4. No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't. Because then
So
c5 would
if
be
bishop e7,
that's
then
not
I
right.
take this. This just seems good for black. 2 bishops,
A
past
pawn.
a pawn.
Yeah, a-pawn's
And
good.
every black piece is on the good square.
No tactics
It still
here.
says it's a draw. but
Knight
I'd
d4
take
maybe?
black.
No, I don't like that. No.
I'm too old for that.
Yeah, maybe.
I wonder if the dog's back.
All right.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so mom's alive.
Oh, that's good.
My brother's there.
Uh-huh.
They treated her for low blood pressure, low magnesium, and a suspected infection, giving morphine for pain.
Oh, good.
Spencer agrees with that.
Good. Yeah.
Does not look good. Hopefully get better with treatments.
Well, at least she's got that morphine. So I envy her.
Yeah. These things happen to her sometimes.
Yeah.
She's going to the hospital and they're like, everything's
yeah.
wrong with her. Yeah.
And she's like, even hysterical pregnancy?
Yeah, a little.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so
So complicated, but Black's chances are good.
yeah, so this is and you can also play a4 now.
Right.
Also.
But couldn't he play like c5 and b4? That's probably anti-positional stuff. Oh, I missed that.
The stuck one.
But we could do that though, right?
You can, but I have
Because
bishop
I could
a4.
take and then knight d2 and such.
Small slips aren't good.
You know, rook b1 or knight d2. I don't know. Yeah, rook b1. Oh, b6 is a good move.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't ignore it because e5 is weak.
Yeah, and if you take
Then rook c2,
c2, knight f1, it says is the best.
No, this is
Rook
not. I don't want
b8,
this.
God damn.
Yeah, I don't want this.
Yeah.
If
That
only
would be
Scottish
like-
Demon Goat could see b6.
That would be like me against Magnus. Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And I was
cool.
like, I never even heard of somebody that was an adult playing video games, and that's why they didn't do something else. Now that's everybody, but
Right.
he started
Oh,
it.
back before Twitch and such.
Yeah, he was like, oh,
You
yeah.
can't make money doing that. Yeah.
Okay, so so
they're moving now?
Magnus played DC.
The only move, right?
No, A4 was a
Oh, right, A4.
Then after BC, he can play this or this to play B5.
Yeah.
And rook takes is considered bad, and he should feel bad.
I mean, rook takes, it would weaken all the white squares, of course.
Yeah.
So he's not going to do that. My favorite Tarantino film is Reservoir Dogs. And I like all those old cartoons, you guys. The 90s cartoons are good. I've never watched Gravity Falls, though. Oh, he took back with the pawn, of course. Yeah.
So the most likely moves are here and here. And he played one of them.
Pretty quickly.
Now he has a threat.
That's true.
Yeah.
So knight
That
d2?
C5, it says, is the best. Then bishop C6.
I didn't want to give up the white squares.
Right. Well, it's going to, do some stuff.
All right, knight to c4.
Right.
b6.
It seems anti-positional, but the engine wants to do it. Because then you could play knight d2, rook b1,
Yeah.
and so forth. And then this bishop is more killed. Then you're not worried about that anymore. Hard to play. And then after
Yeah, I
knight
wouldn't play
here,
c5,
it wants
yeah.
to play b5, which you have to take.
That's
You
why
can't-
it wants c5 first, I guess.
Yeah.
So b5.
Yeah,
well-
b5 I can take it, and then if you take, I have d5.
d5, yeah.
This
Oh,
pawn's
just-
weak. Yeah. Could happen. Okay, so double-edged. Good. All right, so we've had this position forever, and Fabi hasn't moved. All right, he thought forever before he
Yep,
played c5.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Good idea though. That was the most precise move.
Mhm.
I guess that's why he's 2,800.
So he wants to play
why.
rook here, rook b6,
yeah.
Papa John's.
Yeah.
And he
Knight
wants
d2,
to play
c4.
knight here, Papa John's.
Yeah.
So black has to react. Black can't just play random moves. He's got to figure out how to play his own way and do stuff. b6 is a move. Bishop c6 is a move. e6 is a move. And long thinking. Did you help him with his splinter?
Oh,
Oh, you did. Yeah.
So that in case you want to try to magnify. your-
Yeah, I heard something's afoot. If he gets it out, what will it be? Terrific.
Agreed.
Yeah. Back to the top. Yeah, he is thinking forever. Whatever his name is. Magnus.
Yeah. Oh, a4 here.
Yeah, bishop c6. Knight d.
Okay.
Oh, he played rook b1. He didn't play
Bishop
knight
c6,
d2.
rook b1 first.
Yeah,
I see.
the engine wants to play here. And then after takes, just play e6, bishop f8,
Yeah,
and
no,
so forth.
no, not
Yeah.
gonna play b5.
Yeah.
Insane.
All right, here's my favorite line. Is in this position. This
Yeah.
is my favorite. What white plays here. It was saying d5. See, that way you get to keep this, so your knight comes here. It's still equal, but it's funny.
Yeah, I like it. No,
Right, so he
would
played
never
a4.
never play that. Yeah.
Well, now I think white's better because white stopped b5 and b6.
But still, two bishops and good white squares.
Yeah, but now I like that, here.
Yeah.
After knight d2, it's playing b5, which is a scary move to
Because
play.
rook b6, queen c4 is okay. Mm-hmm. But knight d2 prevents queen c4.
He could play rook b4, so he can get his knight to c4 and stop queen c4 and
Yep,
defend this
yep.
pawn more and double up.
That's a very patient move.
Yeah. Yeah, knight d2 is what I expect, but he could go here.
Yeah.
All three results will happen.
He probably just stood up and started screaming like Ivanchuk.
Right. Okay, so he played rook b1, a4. We saw this. Then he played rook here. The engine doesn't
Yeah.
like it. Stopping this and preparing that.
Yeah, that was an idea, but
Yeah, now it likes b5 takes e6. Then my bishop
this
has
is
d5.
just not going to happen.
No, it could. Bishop has here, bishop f8, pass pawn. Bishop's terrible. d5 is the best move, it says.
None of this is going to happen.
No, I think it'll happen.
No.
Yeah.
He will not play b5.
Yeah, I think he'll play b5.
No.
Yeah. Magnus
no,
good.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, he is good, but come on.
Yeah, strategically, this is absolutely correct. This is all bad now. Bishop is great. Bishop is great. Passed pawn. This pawn I just win later.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he'll do it. Yeah, go Magnus.
I don't think he will. He already didn't do it. He played
He
like
played
CD.
here. Boo, boo. You're bad, and you should feel bad.
How are you gonna get 2,900 now?
Man, now it wants Magnus to do this. Jesus Christ.
Now that's something Magnus would do.
Ugh.
Doesn't even hang a
How are
pawn.
you gonna win doing that?
2,900. Here I come.
Yeah. Man, Rapport's like getting a better position. Magnus is getting worse.
What about
Almost,
Rapport? Yeah.
All decisive games. Played knight d2.
These guys are playing pretty good. Not super computer moves, but
Mm-hmm.
still very well.
f6 is the #1 engine move, but Magnus knows never to play that.
Yeah, I knew f6 would come up eventually here. You got to play it. But he might maneuver around and what goes around. What about queen e2?
This is funny. When I show
Yeah.
this move, Karen's going to be upset.
Okay.
Here, Karen's upset that we're allowing bishop takes and queen takes. Also, you're a little upset at that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Karen's really
a4
upset.
is loose. And,
Yeah, this is a bad move.
yeah.
Oh. Gotcha, bitch.
Well, queen a6.
Yeah, but you didn't take on f3. Yeah, okay.
Right,
Now you got rid of your white square bishop for
Yeah,
no
I would
reason.
never do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then knight f3, draw.
Thanks for the gifted sub, Danko.
Hooray! We've had a lot of trains today, except for one thing. All right, so still about equal.
Yeah.
Queen e2 was played.
Oh, as suggested.
This is the best move.
He probably won't play that, though, right?
Well, he'll see bishop takes rook b2.
Oh, yeah, but he just played knight d2 from f3.
Well, what do you want him to do? Queen g4 is annoying.
Knight f1.
In this position?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that looks just good for black.
All right, I
Too
wish I
pass-
could go to
too
c4.
passive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I said why not queen e2.
Right.
Knight f3 doesn't really make sense. Queen a6.
Mama
That's
Joe's
not-
annoyed that Vidit's not resigning. Whoa! What's happening? What world am I in? Oh, he blundered. He played f3.
Oh, man.
He knows not to play f3.
Right.
Yeah, that's a blunder. Bam!
Boom shakalaka.
Always sack the exchange. Never play f3 from Caruana. From Carlsen, always sack the exchange. Play like instantly.
Now
too.
we know who's going to win now.
Yeah. You think he said gotcha, bitch? So you did blunder, but it was like 16 moves like you said instead
Right.
of 6.
Yeah. See, I know when Fabio blundered.
Yeah. Now problem with this move is I go here and you resign. It says resigns.
That's agreed.
Can you believe he's just like +5 and he's up a pawn? Damn.
Yeah, this is
I can.
horrible.
Right.
The A pawn.
So he has to take. I take, and then this is the best bishop ever. These are the weakest pawns ever. That's the worst
Rook
bishop
D1,
ever.
right?
Rook D1. Yeah, this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't save this pawn.
The A4 pawn's extremely strong.
Yeah, this is just horrible.
That's worth an exchange on its own.
Yeah, he's not dead lost here. He could still draw.
Yeah,
but
rook.
Queen A1's a move.
Oh, to defend. I thought rook B4, but that might be
Rook
a tactical.
before what? Oh,
Might be a
Then
tactical
rook
problem.
A8. God damn.
No, this is great for black.
Yeah.
That's why they're showing Magnus Carlsen in the stream there.
Yeah, they're like, hey, look at Magnus. He's
They're,
cool.
they're just showing him flexing too. He's not even playing
Remember,
chess.
never play F3. Always sack the exchange.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Well,
Shaq
F3 is
not
really
gonna
bad.
follow- Yeah.
Also, when Shaq played F6, that was
Yep,
really
yep.
bad, and he would win anyway.
and then he should have played bishop F8 and bishop F1 in those games.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
we
I
saw
don't-
some
I
examples.
don't understand it.
The
Well-
exchange check.
Yeah, so this is bad.
Why
This-
F3 is bad? Go back. I just don't understand.
Oh. So F3 undefends the bishop, and it weakens White's king.
Okay.
If you play knight F3, you can't, there's no exchange sack.
Basically, black is threatening the exchange sacrifice, and
Yeah.
F3 ignored it.
F3 makes it worse, makes it better.
Yeah.
Because you're weakening the dark squares in your king.
So regardless, he could still.
This is still a good move, but this makes it better.
because
Yeah.
of the.
Well,
weakening
F3
of the-
weakens White's
Okay.
king.
I just
and-
was
yeah.
trying to understand the relation.
Farty Party's upset you're asking why F3's bad.
Nice.
I understood it weakened the king. I didn't know what it had to do with the exchange sack, and it sounds like he was going to do that either way.
Yeah, he was gonna do
Right,
that.
so
I
that's
did
what-
understand.
Right, and that's why White had to play knight F3. That stops everything.
Or knight F1 like
And
I
he probably
wanted to.
didn't see the Zwischenzug. He probably, after this, like, maybe he just didn't see Rook B2.
I mean, he didn't even probably consider knight F3 because he just played knight D2.
Right.
I don't think he even wanted to do that.
Yeah, he knows never play F3 too. Like, he knows.
Everyone knows
And
that.
then
by
and then
now.
after here, he's like, God damn it, I hate when Ben's right.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
this says this is a brilliant move. Rook D4.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But you think, I mean, Fabi expected it, right? Or maybe he didn't.
No.
Because he wouldn't really allow it.
No, because this looks terrible.
Yeah. But I thought maybe he did allow it and didn't care.
This is the best bishop ever. White's rooks can't do anything because of this bishop. You can't-
Right, like best case scenario, you play rook b4 takes a4, sack the exchange back.
And then you lose because this is the worst bishop. That's the best bishop. Pawns are terrible.
Yeah,
King
yeah,
is
yeah.
Seventh
There's
rank
no
is
way,
loose.
yeah.
It's just terrible.
That you would do this on purpose.
He might not lose, but he probably will because psychologically he's crushed. This is forever. This
Well, you know,
pawn.
you said Magnus would win with black
Yeah,
here, too.
but this is forever.
I mean,
this
well,
pawn.
before the game started.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The a4 pawn is a monster.
Even if you could cheat and play here and never lose your pawn, then you're making this bishop good.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, then this bishop.
You know, if you want to cheat, it's e5, e4.
Yeah, here. Ooh.
Now you're cheating.
And then make another move.
Yeah,
Right.
I got to trade my bishops first, or move it back or something.
Yeah, this is a very, very poor position for White. Terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Magnus wins the tournament if he wins. The tournament's over.
I mean, he will win, I guess. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not. I guess he's not winning. What is it, -1?
Yeah, but this is impossible to play for white.
-1 could be winning by force.
It's
even
impossible.
if it's perfect.
The queen's
you know.
blocking a passed pawn.
Yeah.
Great bishop. Pawn majority for black on the king side. He wants to play f2.
Right, Anish is only +1, so he does want to draw there, but Nils is the, lowest rated or the worst tournament right now.
Yeah, I've never seen a guy not resign before. See that.
At the end, it was cool there.
Yeah, Fabi's choking on his own rage. He's like, I'm going to defend this for 80 moves, and I'm still going to lose. Damn.
Yep.
Painful to watch.
Yeah, tough. Tough but fair.
Magnus is pressing. Queen b4, the engine hates that move. Because rook a8 and this.
And queen back to a3 is a good move.
Yeah, but...
It's like when he played knight d2, you should play knight back to f3.
Yeah, rook here, and then this. Bam! Good plan. Yeah, this is so bad. What would Lisa Simpson say?
Right.
That's just really... Oh, that's better. Oh. Now, I say this every stream, but let me say it again. When you sack the exchange, you're not sacrificing anything. You're trading one piece for another, and you were taught as a beginner that rooks are better than bishops. 999, he repeated again.
Nice.
Yeah. And thanks again. When you sack a knight, you're down a knight. Like, somebody who doesn't know how to play chess could say, hey, he's got an extra one of those guys. Look at that horsey. The other guy doesn't have one. Mm-hmm. Don't even have to know the rules. But if you don't know how to play chess and you see one guy has this and one guy has that, you're like, I don't know. But you were taught rooks are better than bishops. Rooks are usually better than bishops. However, if you have any excuse to sack the exchange, you can do it. Here, black has a lot of excuses. Mm-hmm. Black has a passed a pawn. Black is attacking this weak pawn. Black has an extra pawn. White's rooks are shallow and pedantic. Why? Because of this bishop. Rook can't go here. Rook can't go here. Rooks can't go anywhere.
2 bishops.
And I have a passed a pawn. So this is just winning for black. Because it's this piece against, like this piece. These pieces can't do anything. This bishop defends these pawns forever, stops the penetration, and there's some kingside attack. Imagine he plays h3. You hear me talking? Yeah. So this is horrible for white. It's a bishop for a rook. The bishop's better than the rook. And black has an extra pawn. And black has a pawn structure, better pawn structure. And this bishop is horrible. So basically, f3 is horrible. He knows it's horrible. He knows might never play f3. When he played it and his opponent played rook takes d4, whoever that guy was, Fabi's like, oh my God, Ben's going to really hammer me, never play f3 because it's... Right. And what was the worst move Fabi ever played in his life?
f6.
f6 against Varakobian. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Classic.
Fabi's like completely winning, 2 passed pawns, Vatals, f6, loses the game to Var. If I told you Var beat Fabi, you wouldn't believe me.
I still don't believe it.
I don't believe it. Yeah. That would be like Shanklin beating Karyakin. Oh, wait a minute.
That would be like Naroditsky beating Fabi.
Yeah. Also funny.
Yeah.
That was good.
I thought so.
Yeah. So this is really, 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 really bad for white, and Magnus is going to put his foot on his throat. That's winning the tournament in style. You win against black against Caruana, which I said would happen before the game.
Yep.
And then Fabi wins on Magnus wins on forfeit the last round. Dubov is his second. So Dubov said, I have COVID, and moved his eyes back and forth. And then Carlsen gets the free point. He already gave Geary a free point, who's one of Magnus's competitors. So he's a good second.
Right.
Good job, Dubov.
Hey, hit it well there.
I'm hungry.
Uh-huh.
And I got to talk to my kids.
Who? We'll go eat all of us after this? I thought we all go to lunch.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nauseous. I need to
Yeah.
get like a little bite of something.
Did you have
That's
anything
smart.
in your foot? Do you have it bleeding anywhere?
Right.
I spent a good amount of time today cleaning up blood.
Every dog owner.
Geary's game is over as a draw. Wow. Oh, his game where Magnus will win in about 3 more hours.
Well,
snap.
f4 is usually not as bad as f3 for a couple reasons. One, it attacks more aggressively the center. So even if they both make the same vulnerability, f4 has more upside than f3.
This is funny. Magnus has a lot of good moves here. There's E6, there's rook A8, and there's H5. That's why he doesn't know what to do. How did I hear a move when I couldn't have heard a move?
You checked all the games there? It's only 2, right?
Yeah.
Magnus.
What move did I hear? The other games are over.
I don't know, yeah.
What? Maybe I'm hearing things. All right, so now there's a break in the action. Nobody's ever going to move. There's 2 games left. One's going to end in a draw soon. So time to donate and get a train going, etc. Oh, I would beat all these guys probably blindfolded simultaneously.
I would assume, yes.
Yeah.
And also time odds, too.
Right. And I play with my left hand.
Yeah.
When blindfold, that'd be really hard. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
They don't even say the moves out loud either. You have to just...
Terrible.
You're making the moves.
Very bad play in every game. Vidit Mamonjarov was just a blunderfest. Esipienko moving his queen off of e4 was ridiculous. Fabi playing f3 was ridiculous. Giri Grandelius was white just squeezing black and then white playing like an idiot, then offering a draw when he's almost lost. Karyaka made 4 horrible moves and lost. And Dubov did nothing wrong and lost with white. Unbelievable. Yeah. This game, white was trying to win, and by doing that, he was almost losing, if not losing, and now it's going to be a draw. So just a lot of mistakes in every game today.
No, Magnus did play well today. Magnus played, so some people played well.
Yeah, he played e6.
Let's see.
Solid.
Magnus and Shankland.
And Pray for Rain?
Yeah, they're the 2 who played the best today. Although Shankland had a little easier.
2 years ago, Fabi won this tournament 10 out of 13.
Yep.
Or was it 11?
He had +8, I remember.
Was it 11?
He had +8, so whatever that is.
Well, plus 13 would be that.
13. Yeah.
Right. So that's plus 12, plus 11, 10.
I don't know.
That sounds like 10 and a half. I mean, 9 and a half. I thought he got 10 or 11. Well, nobody ever knows. It was 11. He got 11 out of 13. God damn. Is that 8 wins and 5 draws? No, that's 9 wins and 4 draws. Even I don't believe that.
No, he was +8. I remember.
Yeah, Karpov 1994 Linares. God damn.
Yeah, I like the game he beat Topolov the most there.
He played Bishop C3, which is a blunder.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a very bad move.
So how do we win?
Yeah, it says this is just where the game's over now.
Rook take, I guess.
Right, and that's why he played E6.
Oh, okay, so he has to play Bishop D4.
Yeah. This is just unbelievably bad. Then Rook's coming here. This is just over. This and this.
I mean, you could still hold for a few more moves here.
No, but it made his position worse.
But yeah, Rook A1, Rook A5, Rook C4.
That wasn't good defense, Queen B4.
No, trading queens has to help decide with the super strong pass pawn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, these pawns are... That's why E6 was prevented to stop... Was made to stop that, because these pawns are both weak. Yeah. And the queen was doing a good job defending C5.
He's going to win 1,000,000% this.
It was funny, the queen and the bishop were defending C5, and now there's no defense to C5. Very bad play. Yeah, Magnus going to chop that queen off, although if he plays other moves, he's also doing well. Yeah, he could play queen E3 check, king H1, bishop F8. Also good. Yay, 230 for the dentist. Thank you, Niels.
Oh, yeah, he did have recent dental work, as did I.
I only spent $1,200 at the dentist. I'm going back next week to spend several hundred more. Yay.
Right. Hey, Pan Jam. Yeah, I went to the dentist yesterday, or 2 days ago.
You did? How'd that go?
Normal. They
Expensive?
they replaced my bottom fillings.
Cool.
But they didn't give me enough, like, lidocaine or whatever, and it hurt. And I was like, you got to stop doing that. And then shit gave me more drugs.
Yeah, that happens when they give you some, and then you're like, hey, and then they're like, all right, here's more.
Right.
Yeah. More. Did they give you morphine like my mom?
I wish.
Yeah.
I'd still be down there if they were passing that out.
A guy that we knew said when he was in the hospital for a while and had something wrong with him, he had the morphine where you push the button that gives you morphine.
Yeah.
And he did this like a million times in a week. And he said when he was leaving the hospital, like the rest of his life, he was just doing this because that's what he does. And there's nothing there, so it didn't work.
Yeah.
He did take the queen without even thinking, Magnus.
Yeah.
And then Fabi's like, which way do I take back? And he's choking in his rage.
Yeah, that's what he's thinking.
This is +3, it says, for black, which means it's like Ceci would say +6.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that has to be a technical win.
I take here, and then I win this pawn later, and I queen this pawn. Yeah. Horrible. This bishop is so good. I wish you guys understood chess, how good this bishop is and how bad white's rooks are. But all you know is rook is worth 5, bishop's worth 3.
He did take with the bishop. What?
That's all you guys know.
Oh, he must have thought rook takes.
This bishop is better than either rook. It's almost better than both rooks combined, but not really.
Yeah, how are dentists crocs? It's a good question.
Yeah, this is very bad defense from Fabi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just hopeless. I'm winning on the king's side. I'm winning on the queen's side, and my bishop is better than your rook. Yeah, there's nothing white can do here. If you said I have a plan for white, no, you don't. The rooks are useless. Black can play h5 and probably get a pass pawn on the king's side. Black's rook can infiltrate, can attack the c pawn, and white's like, I'll just sit here and lose, like a baby. Yeah, here, king here, and then there's no moves for white. Man, usually I don't care, but this is pathetic. Normally I'd be apathetic if I wasn't so lethargic. So this game looked about equal, then he threw it away with white. Oh, I love black's position so much.
Yeah.
This is a Grunfeld. It wasn't, but it's a Grunfeld dream. Yeah, like if Svidler's commentating with Jan, Svidler's like, I dreamed of this position when I played the Grunfeld, but I never achieved it. Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's actually saying that right now.
That's what he's thinking.
Yeah, he's thinking Arby's.
White doesn't even have a light squared bishop. That's true.
No, I consider Spencer the GOAT. Yeah. And or Tom Brady or Michael Jordan. Those are the GOATs. Bill Russell.
Kasparov. To answer your question more seriously than that.
In 2013. You guys even alive then? Yeah.
All right, what have you done for me lately? That was 9 years ago.
No, I mean, Fabi getting 8.5 out of 10 in the Sinkfield Cup was good. He was 7-0. He drew his next 3 games. Might have been winning in all 3.
He was winning in 2 of them, but
least.
not in the last round against Aronian. He wasn't winning.
Aronian. Da-da-da.
Yeah, I remember all that.
I think he's American now. Da-da-da.
I remember when he was like 5-0 and 6-0, people were like, "Oh, he's gonna be like he could be 10-0 or whatever." Mm-hmm. And I was like, if he's 9-0, he has black against Aronian. He's still not a favorite to be 10-0. You're never a favorite to be 10-0, even when you have 9-0.
Right.
Tough. It's a tough life.
He played bishop f6, torturing him.
I like it.
Yeah, he wants to put the bishop here, I guess.
Also controls d8, which is nice.
Right, so then he can move his
he can get up there.
Do stuff.
Get up. Get on up. So that's a nice solid
Nothing
move.
Spoils anything.
This is Magnus loves this. He can play all day. Has nothing to worry about. No weaknesses. Magnus will win
it's going to take another hour because Fabi's not going to resign.
But he'll almost 100% win this, and then he does 100% win the next round.
Man, if this stupid engine says +3, Ceci must be like...
Well, they said Ceci's only like 3.7 or so, or 3.8 or something.
That's good.
Yeah.
What do you do? Rook, bishop e7. Good.
Yeah, Magnus, because he doesn't have his white game against Dubov, and he also had only 6 whites and 7 blacks, he's the only one who's only going to have 5 whites in the tournament.
Carlsen, 5 whites, 7 blacks.
And still wins the tournament. Mm-hmm. Although one of the points is free.
Point, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, they still can't spell Fisher.
They're trying.
I know.
Maybe they meant somebody who fishes,
You should watch the video that MVL did from Gibraltar. So he was talking to Stuart Conquest, and he says, today I want to show this game in en français. And then Stuart Conquest is like, hey, last year in this tournament, you played this great game against whatever, and I was really interested. Do you remember any of that? And he said, okay, d'accord. And he showed the game with thousands of notes and variations from a year ago that he didn't have with him.
Yeah.
He's like, now in this position, this here,
He
there.
said, but I don't remember the game.
Yeah, he remembered every move and all the analysis from a year ago without
Yeah,
preparing
yeah.
any of it.
Well, he looks at his game. I tell this to my students. The top players, they analyze their old games from 6 months ago, a year ago, all the time. They're reanalyzing them over and over, analyzing the opening especially. So, yeah, they like to analyze.
So he's torturing Fabi by doing nothing. I like that.
He was talking about Maxime Vachier-Lagrave,
MVL.
Panjam.
MVL was the MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magnus is massaging him.
Yeah.
And his hands are pretty delicate, so
Massage.
he's liking it.
He doesn't do a lot of physical labor. You know, not much has happened. Other than this, you saw it.
This is the last position I saw.
Yeah, he checked and went to F5.
King E1's best. I don't like that move.
I didn't really understand it, but I think he just had to make a move. It was move 40, so he played a move.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really a move to make the
Right. Yeah, that's what I figured. Chat liked E4. They were all talking about it.
Yeah.
Now Fabi can't move, and he's getting crushed.
Yeah. King walks up.
All right, that's what I was
pawns
suggesting.
attack, 2 passed pawns. Weak
Check.
pawn.
The chat was, oh yeah, this is the engine line, was check G3, bishop D8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then I could try to get H4 and bishop
Yeah, why not
C7.
provoke, or bishop A5 even.
Also good. Yeah, then I have F3 for my rook.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
a good square.
Yep.
I like the way
That's
black,
awesome, yeah.
black has 1 rook that's infiltrating, and white has 2 rooks that can't
Passive,
move.
yeah.
That's
Trap chess.
Man, very good technique. F6, E5, E4, rook out. Yeah.
Who would have thought, Magnus? Well,
Did we get a train when I left?
nah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Super trap chess takes the long way home.
Iragasi won the B group with a round to spare. He drew his game, and he has 9.5 out of 12.
It's a lot of points.
Mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, or L
I
1,
think
2,
it's
3, 4,
L,
5,
right?
7, or I. Yeah. Thanks for gifting a sub.
Magnus
Hype train's
is good.
close.
Hikaru and Danya is correct.
We need one more thing to happen.
Right, one more thing.
F3 terrible.
I've never smoked a weed before.
You never picked a weed out of the ground and
Right.
smoked it?
How does one smoke a pot?
That's right. And then he's like blowing smoke in his face.
Oh,
Yay.
there it is. Hypogenetic toast.
Hey.
Happy Joe Burrow Day. Is that what it is?
Nah, it's tomorrow.
Oh, is he playing tomorrow?
Yeah, he's playing against Kansas City.
What about today? Is there football today?
No. And he beat him 4 weeks ago. Or
Dang.
5. Yeah, they beat him 37 to 33 or something. Some crazy score. C. Benson. Da-da-da-da.
100 bits. He might be Alpha Zero. It's possible. Not likely.
Almost resignable, this position.
That's what I
It
said.
is resignable, but
He wouldn't really resign.
I don't know. G3 lets the rook come in F3. God damn. Yeah, then this is a good idea you had. Yeah.
Yeah, geometry. I like it.
He's suspicious.
Don't know much geometry. Yeah, he just roasted a bowl for sure.
Go hype train.
Gotta get lit.
Yeah, he's choking on his rage.
The hype train's pretty lit. 0%, that's pretty good.
Truth hurts.
I mean, you can't really make a king move, right? But I guess you don't want to play G3 either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Iragasi, Saren, and Prague, and pray for rain.
Yeah, it's tough.
Vidit and Hari Krishna aren't bad.
My sweet lord.
Adiban used to be one of the top players. Good Adiban.
Oh, yeah, whatever happened to him?
He still
Too
plays.
busy making chessable courses?
Probably.
About 1B3?
Yeah. Too bad losing all his games, too. Too busy.
Yeah, plus you were playing 1B3 before he was born.
Right. Yeah. So, what's his name? Shaq. Yeah, not Shaq. Nepo's like, man, truth hurts or something. He said, because they're making fun of him about his tweet.
Right.
Oh, Bishop G5, because he wants to attack the rook, and if it doesn't go to c3, he can play rook f3. If it does go to
Right.
c3, then bishop d8 is a serious threat.
Oh, wow. Even more precise there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And
yeah.
also rook c3, bishop b5. That's a move I wouldn't have seen because the rook takes e4, but then rook f1 mate. It's good to be the engine.
Right.
Yeah, look at this line, which won't happen. Here, takes mate. 2 bishops, what else?
Bishops look pretty good there.
And what if I go here? Haha.
Bishop d2.
You could play bishop.
Come on, that's
here.
cool.
You could.
That's a good one.
That wins. This is the simple way.
I had to say it loud,
Right.
I'm proud.
That's the simple way.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Then after here, you obviously don't take the rook. You go here because it's funnier. And then you do this.
It's a good plan. I suggested that plan earlier, actually.
Yeah. Man, the truth
Even though it was
hurts.
illegal when I still wanted it. Even when it was illegal. That's the best time to do it. Oh, yeah, that's true. Fabi is pretty high rated, so Magnus needs to win to get that 2,900. Which doesn't seem very likely that he'll get 2,900 to me.
Well, you don't draw to win the tournament when you're plus 1,000. Your opponent's going to resign any move. I mean, you guys would.
Right.
But, yeah.
If you're like +1, then maybe.
I had a student once.
+6. You
Like,
know?
I don't know, 10 years ago at least. National Open, I think. Some big tournament. And if he wins the last round, he wins like $1 billion. So he's playing. He tells me the game ended in a draw. He shows me the game. In the final position, he's up a rook for nothing. Like he just outplayed the guy, won a rook. And he says, yeah, I offered a draw because, then I tie for second or something.
Terrible.
And I'm like, all right. This is why I don't teach anymore because I can't do it.
Agreed.
I mean, nobody listens, and everybody's terrible, and I hate everybody. Otherwise, I like teaching.
Yeah, I mean,
A million stories like that. Never offer a draw, never take a draw. Every game a draw.
yep.
All my students. I'm like, all right. Why did you agree to a draw when you were a pawn up? Well, I didn't know how to win, so I figure if I offer a draw, that would be good.
Yeah, I didn't know how to win as a classic.
Game theory. Theory and practice are the same in theory. Ta-da.
Oh, so, okay, if after he wins this, then he'll have gained rating points in the tournament. Then eat your heart out, Karyakin.
I don't think this game's going to go much longer.
No.
That's-
I assume
look at-
it's just going to be over
It
soon.
looks like he's just setting up for the next game.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, rook goes here, rook goes here.
Yeah.
I can resign.
That'll be, yeah. That's easier to set him up after that, yeah.
All these moves are equally good. That was the easiest to play because
Yep.
it's one square away. Yeah, now this is annoying. This is annoying.
You don't get
This is
points
annoying.
for a forfeit win like that. You
No.
know,
You
on
don't
move
get rating
0.
points when the game doesn't take place. He's even better than James Harden. LeBron's a million times better than James Harden. I mean, are you kidding me? LeBron's won like 700 NBA championships, and Harden's never going to win an NBA championship, ever. 95% of the time when Harden has the ball, he carries, double dribbles, or travels. All right, now what's going on? I think I messed everything up. Oh, no, he's
He
still
just didn't
thinking.
move, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. It'll be a pretty slow pace.
Magnus
now.
doesn't know every move wins immediately. He thinks, like, what's the best? And then he's like, maybe that doesn't win, but everything wins.
He probably suspects that everything's winning, though.
Yeah.
But you can never be sure.
I think he'll go here, and they'll get to that bishop ending. That's what I think will happen. I think this is going to happen. And then probably this will happen.
Uh-huh.
And then H5 and G5 are both crushing because you can't move these pawns. You can't allow this and this, so you have to play here. And then I can still play here because you queen if I take it. If you take it, then G4. Oops. Yeah, then G4 resigns.
Right.
I pass pawns. We got each of you.
Yeah.
So I think he'll do that. And the question is, other than sack this exchange, does White have another move? Like Rook C2 is ridiculous. Then you're not then you can't sack the exchange, and you're not putting pressure.
All right, doing nothing is not acceptable.
Yeah, if I was
E3 wins,
if I was black, I'd only be worried about this, and I have to see this and make sure I'm right.
Right. This is probably exactly what he's calculating. Right?
Yeah, and he's like, "Is this a win? Is it an easy win?"
Right. Do I have better?
I mean, you can
this?
never take this pawn ever, never. And
Why
if you what?
It's not approachable.
No. How do you approach it? Oh, you want to go
D2,
here?
D3, and
Yeah, but I'm too quick. Or I'm not too quick.
No, yeah.
So you have to
That's
go. So this is
approachable.
what he's analyzing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then G5, G4.
I mean, King D5. Okay.
Yeah, and King D5. Yeah, it was just ridiculously winning.
Yeah, this is an easy
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, this is.
It's everything that you want out of same color bishop.
Right.
All the pawns are stuck on dark
He
squares.
played King F7.
His king is better. He doesn't want to do anything concrete.
Move your
yet.
king up in the end. By the way, if white passes, then black does that, and the king's
Right,
here, so
right.
it's an easier win. King gets to
That's
D5
his point.
immediately.
Yeah. Or if you play Rook C6, Rook E4, then Rook E5 is the same thing, a tempo up.
Yep. And my king gets here first.
Yep. So Magnus is the best. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, King F7 is good.
Yeah, because if the guy can't do this, there's nothing to look at. You just do whatever you want. Yeah, now he can play Bishop D4 next move. Yeah, so Magnus is right. That's the human way to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Because this is all you're worried about. You're worried like, oh no, Rook takes A4.
Mm-hmm.
And then after this, you're not worried. By the way, after Rook takes A4, White's position's terrible. My king goes here,
Right.
H5, Bishop D, and still no good.
Yeah, the Rooks always give drawing chances, though, because they're Rooks, Rook endgames have a high draw potential. But get the Rooks off the board, most Bishop endgames are going to just be technical wins that he'll clean up pretty easily. He's a very polarizing player, Ben Wallace. Clearly the best defensive player.
Oh, yeah.
Also, he's the shortest center in the league. He's like 6'9" or so. And
Yeah, Greg
worst
Oden was tall.
three-point shooter,
They always do that. When they're not sure who's better, they take the taller one. That's why Greg Oden went before Durant, because Durant's not tall enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg Oden was crazy tall.
Oh, look, he's trying to trade the Rooks here.
The engine says Rook F3. I got 2 pass
Again.
pawns, 1 for each of you.
I like Rook F3.
I think he's going to play King E6.
Shaq was like 7-1 or 7-2 maybe.
Yeah.
He wasn't 7-4.
No.
I think he was probably 7-1. Which is pretty tall,
Yeah, Ben Wallace was good at rebounds, at blocking shots,
Yep.
at just overall defending.
Yep.
Yeah, he was great.
the best at all that.
Half the time he had a big afro and half the time he didn't.
Right.
And he played better with the afro. That's my conclusion. Yeah.
Well, maybe. Oh, 7-2. Well,
He
they
might
are
have been-
always pumping up those
he might have been
stats,
7-2.
They're always pumping them up.
They measured Sean Bradley on 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
At the end of this is before you were born. At the end of 60 Minutes, they used to have this annoying guy come and complain,
Uh-huh.
and he would just do nonsense. Andy something, they know.
Uh-huh.
So he's talking to Sean
He did
Bradley,
play
says,
Rook F3,
and he
but
says,
no.
"I'm gonna measure you."
Okay.
And he says, "I'm going to talk to my agent first."
Right.
Anyway, so he did. He was listed at 7'6", and this guy's short. The
Right,
guy,
right.
so he had to stand on a
Stand on
couple
stuff.
chairs, and he said, "Man, I think you're taller than 7'6". God damn!
Wow.
It was hard to measure because
Yeah.
Manute Bol, yep, Bol's dad.
Is that true? Sean Bradley is paralyzed from a bike accident? Wow.
I think I did hear that.
Sad if true.
Yeah, yeah. Manute Bol's son plays in the NBA. His name is Bol, Bol. Not kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll believe it.
Manute Bol's taller than everybody we said. The two tallest
right.
players were, well, actually, Sean Bradley's in there. Manute Bol, Sean Bradley, and George Murisan. Those were the 3 big guys. They were all 7'6", 7'7".
Bol.
Yeah, Bol is a beast. I don't know about that.
Oh, I predict EF. Yes. I was right.
Rook here, take.
Yeah. No, it's 2 bishops, what else?
And there's no sacking in exchange now.
Nope.
Now there's just losing.
You're right.
Yeah, he got nothing. He's got no counterplay. Yeah, bishop here.
Yeah, bishop
king,
D4.
King here takes.
But maybe
resigns.
King E6 first.
No, I'm just saying this is the
Right,
plan. Is
'cause
I go
bishop
here.
D4, rook
You can
B4.
also go here and here, and then do that and resigns.
Oh, yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah, that's another here resigns.
Wait, you don't think the king's going to stop the pawn and bishops?
After here, you have to play rook here because
Yeah.
you can't let him go here.
Because that's what I was looking at. Bishop
Yeah,
c5,
then-
rook f4.
Then bishop e3. Then you got to figure out how to stop this bishop from getting on this diagonal.
Or you're not allowed to move your rook away from b5.
Also, this diagonal.
Oh, no.
So king, so
Geometry again.
yeah.
I hate it when it's geometry.
Or you can just walk your king up.
Yeah, I like walking the king up,
Yeah.
right? Then you don't have to make sure that you're not getting forked or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Magnus has black here. He's going to win this in the next 5 moves or so.
I still like this bishop better than this rook. It's yeoman's work.
I think he'll resign pretty soon.
Yeah, this engine says 7.5. So a good engine would say 7.6, like 7.6.
Shankland played great, you know? He made one like minor inaccuracy when it was super complicated, and other than that, it was perfect.
I've told this story before, but you guys weren't listening. The Pistons had this guy who was he was in every team in the league, Chuck Nevitt. Chuck Nevitt was on every team in the league because he wasn't very good, and he was 7'5", so he was like a novelty act.
Yeah.
So if the Pistons were up 25 and there was a minute to go, they put him in. I'm at a Pistons game, and before the game, they're practicing. Chuck Nevitt's shooting threes. That's all he's doing.
Draining him.
He made like 10 in a row, and he's no good. So I was like, damn, NBA players are good.
Oh, he resigned.
Yeah. I was like, NBA players are pretty good. Chuck Nevitt's shooting threes, making it rain like Lil Wayne up at that bitch.
Damn. Tough game. For
Two
Fabi
bishops,
there.
what else? He's like, you played F3, don't you listen to Ben? And
Right,
he's
this
like,
is all of your things. 2 bishops.
Sack the exchange, never play F3.
And sack the exchange.
Yeah, we won't talk about F6. Never
Right.
talk about that.
Oh, that was very temporary.
Great
Play D5.
technique. And so forth.